Welcome back to the Smugsy Show, where Minifan intellectuals come together. Today we're going to discuss why it is that the Kirk Minihane Show wants to get together with Smugsy. And in order to understand the why now, we need to understand the what happened. And so I'm going to briefly just tell you the story of Smugsy. It's basically, if you know the story of Mark Zuckerberg or Steve Jobs, it's kind of like, it's something you've heard before, kind of a rags to riches. It's the American story. And how it began with Smugsy taking a chance, going on the show. She was a huge hit, right? She was a P1 on day one. Kirk's, favorite cousin. And things were great. I mean, going along swimmingly, as they say. A lot of good banter, a lot of back and forth. But Smugsy really blew Kirk's mind and the show's mind when she solved the Murchison crisis, and that caused kind of the beginning of a rift. But then the nail was, put in the coffin when Smugsy broke up with the show because it was too long. I mean, there's no other way. Length matters to her, and she broke up with Kirk Minihane Show, and she went with this, Stool Presidente in the pizza review. And that, whatever, there was heartbreak. I mean, Kirk was very angry. The Kirk Minihane Show retaliated, cut her off from the Discord, unfollowed, blocked, bad ratings, you name it. I mean, the whole cycle of grief, anger. And I understand rejection, is hard. But, I think the beauty of Smugsy, and I think what's obviously, her strength is being able to take lemons and make a martini. And so Smugsy, while she was banished, while she was in the wilderness, became really the poster girl for anti-cancel culture. And she kind of just, took this issue by the horns and really rode it hard, and the motto of the Smugsy Show, and of Smugsy Girl, and of Smugsy, the brand, is to take control of your own clout. Nobody can cancel you without your consent, and write your own narrative. And that's exactly what Smugsy did. And so it makes sense now, right, that the Kirk Minihane Show wants to get back together, and I'm open. I mean, hopefully by now, it's abundantly clear that Smugsy is open for business, and I look forward to working things out, and I think obviously the timing is good now. The numbers are going crazy. I mean, the Smugsy Show, we doubled our subscriptions this week, right, in this economy, and I'm sure many of you have been following. Barstool Sports has the Token CEO and Erika Nardini. So, I mean, obviously the Token intellectual, it's, we're like two peas in a pod, Erika Nardini and me. I mean, of course, I'm a little bit better looking, a little bit more polished, a little bit, pedigree, but so it's not a perfect match. But if you think about it, I mean, there is a lot. So Smugsy is basically the show's token intellectual, and at a time when really you can see the Minifans. I mean, so the show, the timing is good. Okay, the numbers are telling the story. The Smugsy brand is what Kirk Minihane Show needs now to kind of balance out some of the other shows. I mean, the Hollywood Square shows with the the guys in the boxes like, I love Kirk so much. I love Kirk. Yeah, I mean that, and we see them kind of begging for attention, and Kirk, picking his favorites and then killing them off. So it'd be good to have some balance, a show that's, for anyone who has like a high IQ, maybe a little bit less time. So the stars are aligned. I think everything should go smoothly. I mean, I can have my people work out, there's a lot of intellectual property we have to, figure out, but I'm confident that we will, and it's going to be, exciting, and it's going to be big. I worry, I think the show needs to broaden its audience, because let's face it, the show is essentially right now the ecosystem. It's like a business term. Like the ecosystem for the show is kind of like the middle school. Picture like a middle school boys' locker room, right? And you have your jocks and your burnouts and your geeks, your fatties, whatever, you name it. You remember the cliques. I mean, that's what we love about the Kirk Minihane Show. It's like being back in middle school, but we're not in middle school, and so like take Red. He's like this week like the jock of the football team, right? He's like the popular guy. Well, he's not sure he's going to be there for very long. I mean, I have a Discord, the Smugsy Discord, and I have people. Smugsy has her people. Okay, a person. I have a person on Discord. I ran up Red's name on the flagpole to check him out, do a little background check. I said, I like Red. Do you like Red? Like within minutes, Red swoops in to the Smugsy server and like freaks out. I mean, I was like, wow, relax. And he wrote, Smugsy, respectfully, please disavow me. This will no doubt excommunicate me from the KMS world if you do this. And then he writes, it's a death sentence for me.